Yeah, it won't.
Hustle in the lobby, bright lights, reflections, screen flickers, tales of crime and affection. Baristas mix caffeine with tales of deception. Lawyers joking, shadows plot their redemption. Case files like popcorn scatter on the floor. Jury's out in line, folks begging for more. Quirky loopholes twist through every door. Paparazzi flash for the courtroom encore. Legal shenanigans, theater, baby, where justice lasts. Crime and humor dance, baby, a curious path. Grab your ticket, honey, let the gavel smash. In the flood of laughter, see the road splash. Scoundrels with a smile, defense on their lips.
Hello, everyone. And Vale and I were just talking backstage, but I was like, you know, the world is so messed up that we're going to enjoy spending time with Darrell Brooks. I did not have that on my bingo card. Well played, 2024.
Yes, it is a sad state that we are in.
And welcome Mama Smith and DK Cripple, H Fred 65. Welcome, and thank you, Wolfram, for doing all of your Modly Mod stuff. I know we were like, yeah, you know, let's stop talking about all the depressing things going on and go have fun watching Darrell Brooks, said no one ever except for today.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least, you know, it got me away from stressing over wigs. I know you're shocked, but I have Detective Awesome Hair from the Sarah Boone hearing. I am now looking for a couple options to do her, and then I've got Sarah Boone's regular wig that I need to redip in gel and I think Satan water, because I don't know that holy water is going to help with that.
Probably
but I
not.
also have this kind of ratchet Dolly Parton 70s wig that you know is what Sarah Boone wanted to get when she got her glam squad, when she saw how great Detective Cough turned out to look.
all Sarah Boone needed is like the 90s bangs and she would just be rocking it.
Yeah. She's like, I'm beautiful on the inside and out. I'm like, they don't pay makeup artists that much.
I'm legitimately waiting for, like, I mean, I hope that, because obviously Law and Crime is going to be the one who's going to be covering this.
Yes.
And so I hope and pray, please, for the love of God, please, I hope they landed a Samsonite sponsorship.
If Samsonite doesn't make, you know, instead of wasn't it like the gorilla in the cage and they would throw the Samsonite around? If they don't make a Sarah one of that, I mean, really, what is their marketing thinking? I mean, you will never have this many eyes and this many people talking about suitcases, really, ever.
Yes.
I mean, look, it's totally in poor taste, and most people will find it reprehensible. But those of us who find it hilarious are willing to spend money to get a Sarah Boone signed Samsonite. So, really, it's a niche market, but we're nerds, and we will spend a lot of money to buy weird shit.
Exactly. I mean, you could make it like the not intentional line.
Oh my God, yes. The unintentional line for when your travels may not be planned, but fun and security is.
Yes.
For all your puzzles and paints until the next fun night.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I am just waiting for a picture of whatever Satan's picture book she was getting that puzzle and paint from, because I have thoughts about what this puzzle and paint could be. It's either going to be like she got them from the Dollar Tree in the little pre-K section,
Hmm.
or she got something so elaborately hard that Jorge was like, no, I'd rather just go in the suitcase. He's like,
Yeah.
a 900-piece puzzle with you, Sarah? Yeah, no, I'll just go in the suitcase.
Yeah.
Like, we'll
I
split
mean,
up tonight's itinerary.
to be fair, he probably made the right choice.
And yeah, and again, I have so many things to say. I have got to do a video or a stream probably tomorrow about the order, but let's get on to Darrell Brooks, because we might finally be meandering, for the love of God, Marcus. Come on, Kurt, to the point of this whole damn interrogation.
Yes, we might get there.
I will say, I know we have clowned on these detectives, but A+ and gold stars to them, because I don't know if I wouldn't have just started using that little portfolio to just knock him upside the head. Like, the power of billfold compels you. Like,
Yes. I definitely props to them for keeping their cool, because I don't think I could have. I think Blondie had it right when she tried breaking his arm, allegedly, not intentionally.
yeah. I mean, at this point, when I start writing my fanfic of sovereign citizen and pro se love between Sarah Boone and Darrell Brooks, Your Heart is My Subject Matter Jurisdiction, the series. The first book, I'll drive my land boat anywhere you are.
Well, could we make it like a menage a trois with what was the dude, the 100%, because it's 100% accurate?
Oh, Bradley Yon.
Yes, we could make it like a steamy menage a trois.
Two men, one Sarah Boone. I don't think anyone can suspend disbelief that long.
I mean, the word men is a little loose there. I mean, come on now.
True. Oh God, the unholy love child from that union. All right, let's get into this before I give any more mental image or energy into that image, because God, that's a dark place. I'm gonna have to stuff that where I put my inner child. No wonder she's so filled with rage. All of my really bad thoughts go to her.
No, it's in Waukesha right now. It's currently in police custody. I don't know if it's at a tow yard in police custody or if it's at.
And they notify her.
Yeah, we talked to her.
So she should be able.
Fun dying, that is awful.
Sound like it's more going on than just me and Erica.
I think it's related to you and Erica. I think Erica precipitated the event.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
My thing.
Erica, do you hear that sound? Not only isn't it escape, it's Darrell running to throw you under the bus again.
Yeah.
What a douche.
I mean, at least he's not trying to hit her with it.
He already did that.
Well, it wasn't with the bus, though. It was with the...
No, but he's like, I swear to God, he probably sat there and thought, if I tell them that Erica made me so mad, they are going to bring, because he and Mama Brooks have this very interesting sort of idea about how to take accountability, which is to not. So I honestly think that he figured he could say, Erica got me so mad. I ran up there and I didn't care that it was a parade and I just needed to go do something or other, but it is all her fault. It just,
because bitches be crazy, right?
Pretty much. I mean, now that you say it's Kurt, I agree with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's hope it's very small, and I don't know what to say anymore. It has been a really, We are watching Darrell Brooks to feel better, okay? That is how this week has gone.
Yes, it's been rough, and if anybody out there is impacted, for real, like
Yeah,
I feel for you guys, like, and if you're into the path of this thing, take this stuff seriously because you clearly have
yeah,
seen what can go terribly, terribly wrong. So just be safe, and I hope that
yeah, be
everybody
safe and
in the infected areas are staying safe. I know it's kind of a mess out there, but yeah.
yeah,
My thing, like I said, man, y'all been straight up with me. I'm not trying. My thing is, my only thing is like, I don't. I just want her to be honest about her part. Don't make it seem like I came out here to beat you up or fight you or to do anything aggressive to you because if that was the case, it would have been people would have been out there like, yo, this guy's out here beating up this girl
Oh, do you guys
in front of
remember
everyone.
the stare down between okay, I'm gonna call him Pipsqueak versus Pipsqueak. So you had Darrell Brooks and then the friend of Erica's or Erica's friend who was also not big of stature, but he was like, "Yeah, I was gonna throw down and kick some butt." And I was just like, and he was like, "Oh, really?" Like Darrell doing his, patented Darrell face, like, I
Yeah,
wasn't scared.
his his scowl, his arr,
Yeah, and it
which just
was the
makes me
most
giggle.
I know, but it was so funny because it's like, I don't know that I want either to win. It's like in a
I mean,
fight, I don't know who I'm it I did feel bad. I will say this. I mean, yes, it was a bit cringy. The whole thing was cringy, but this poor gentleman felt incredible guilt that, you know, Darrell went on to do this thing. And
yeah,
it's amazing that all the people around feel terrible guilt except Darrell. How do you get that removed, by the way? Like, do I go in for a surgery? Is it covered under insurance? How do I get a guiltectomy?
I don't know. Like, it's that. What is it? That like 10% of the world's population like doesn't have like that voice in their head, like your conscience. And it's like,
Well, yeah,
really?
but Darrell also made that awful, awful music. So are you saying that was just a product of no inner monologue? I'm going with none, but
I mean,
ugh.
I wouldn't say that that was music. That's that may
Yeah,
be the
it
most
it
loose
was a it
interpretation.
it was definitely a something.
That I can agree with. It was something. I'm not sure what it was, but it was something.
And what an absolute douche, because when Erica was actually on the stand, he did everything in his power, which is thankfully small, to try to have her be the catalyst for all this. And therefore, should you have been, it was really, really great to see her not take it from him, but in such a classy way.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But let's get back. Erica just needs to tell everyone how it's her fault.
For everybody. You know what I'm saying? Get his ass
No,
up out
Daryl,
of
we
here.
don't know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It would have been that if that was, oh, I'm intending to come be Billy Badass, blah, blah, blah.
Daryl, never in your life, even behind the wheel of the Ford Escape with which you massacred people, were you ever Billy Badass material. Now, douchey fuckface material, absolutely. But Billy Badass has never even been a zip code that you've even been through, so stop it.
I can't disagree with any of that.
I love Vale because he just lets me have my verbal, like, emotional vomit stuff. And then he's like, no lies detected. I've heard that tone of voice in women, and I just won't disagree.
Well, it's not just the tone to not disagree with. It's literally the truth. It's
Well,
like
that too. But
I can't find anything to disagree with.
I just love you're like, I've been married before. Oh, hell no. I've heard this tone of voice. But you do not sound like your mother. That's the only safe thing I know not to say.
Uh, yes. You don't sound
Welcome,
like your mother.
everyone.
You don't act like your mother. God, what case was that actually? Where they were trying to blame everything on the mother. Oh my God.
Uh, I'm
Uh,
drawing a blank. All I can think is my childhood.
what wasn't that something that was fairly common that they were trying to blame her mother for everything? Gypsy Rose.
Oh, Gypsy Rose. Yeah.
Yes, they're trying
Well,
to blame her
then
mother
she
for
turned
everything.
around and married a dude that looks just like her mom.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but
who didn't
she
see
left him
that being?
promptly.
Yeah. Again, two men were fighting for the affections of this chick. Okay. 2024, I didn't see that coming, but
I
I guess,
mean, I
somewhere you will find your Carol Baskin.
I mean, I don't have any. I don't see it. I don't get it. But I mean, well, unless Ken, the guy that she left the other dude for, he probably saw them dollar bills because, she getting paid for Netflix or whatever, not Netflix. Who's doing the
Oh.
documentary, A&E or something, I don't
Oh
even
yeah.
know. And he saw them dollar bills and was like, you know what? I can handle that for a little bit. So, and this, fellas, is your PSA. Don't stick it in crazy.
Yeah, convicted crazy. Like you already knew she can, help the guy figure out like let's unalive mom and get together and go to Disney World.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe she's got a little bit of Sith Lord in her. Maybe she is Rey Palpatine and not Rey Skywalker. Come on, guys. I need you to pick up on these subtle clues. They're very subtle.
Yeah, well.
She's only had like 12 after school specials about her, okay? That is the family line that you are marrying into. Don't.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
going to, those okay. I don't know if you're a connoisseur of reality trash television, but they had these American Gypsy sisters. Think everything you would see on Jerry Springer, only to Spinal Tap 11.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
if
like
you
if you come from a non-gypsy or traveler family and you want to marry into that, and you see I'm just explain yourself.
yeah, and if you need further documentation, I believe Lifetime did make several movies about it.
Yes.
So,
And
have
and
fun.
yet I think multiple women had children with Darrell. So, love can make you or
Well,
chloroform can make you dumb.
yeah, or trafficking, one of the two.
Yeah, well,
And she know that's not even me.
Well, does it make you feel better to know that she's getting re-interviewed too? I want her to tell the truth. Just like we
It does
started talking to you last night when we came back.
Well,
She's
who's
also
gonna do it?
It's Detective Guth and Detective Barrett, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I know they talked to her yesterday. They were going to go back and talk to her again today. Knowing that we know now, that's why my partner and I got to make those phone calls. This is what
oh
she's
my
saying.
gosh.
So she is saying.
No way.
But again, that's only part of what
All right.
happened yesterday.
This is definitely, I mean, it's not legal shenanigans, but I think we could make it if we just count the felonies that could occurred on stage. Like that's assault. That's attempted murder.
I mean, true. There is
I'm
that.
pretty sure you're not supposed to date your cousin in whatever locality you're from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess depending on what state you're in, it just depends on how far removed you are from that cousin. Because, those numbers matter. If it's one, it's a little sketchy, but if it's like 2, 3, we're starting to get into okay territory, depending on the state again.
Yeah, really depends. Check your, locality to Appalachia. I can
Yeah.
say that because I live there. Just
Yeah. Or just, South generally is usually where things like that happened, even though there are some Midwestern states that require you to have a blood test just to make sure.
Well, and so did Einstein. So, and I mean, all the royal houses seem to be at
Well,
least
those aren't.
having one functional heir uh, out
But
of the many they produce.
I think they're a little closer than like cousins though in the royals.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. YouTube is being just absolutely bonkers here lately, and I don't have any technical things to tell you other than trying to refresh the page, which is about the level of my technicalness.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we finally going to get to the parade? Are we going to continue? Again, these detectives have more patience than me because I would get to about 1 hour of Erica and say, all right, well, this has been really interesting to hear your side of that story. And I usually like fiction, but I found this one hard to believe. But thanks for sharing that. Now let's talk about the parade.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're 3 hours in, and maybe we'll get off of Erica. I know phrasing, not a good. But
So this is what
we
happened
have
between me and you, man.
we have complete. I believe in the last video, we completely hope that this, Darrell both getting charged and actually sentenced with, attempting to run her over. I hope that was a thing that could heal, and then she is able to, put her life in order, because I can't imagine dealing with someone with this much evil and this much awful in him at the age of 14 and not coming out scarred.
Yeah.
So absolutely excited that this might be a new start for her.
Yeah, for sure. Like Darrell Brooks is a terrible human being.
Although, Vale, I have a marketing opportunity. Now, hear me out. If I'm president, now, this is against the Geneva Convention, but if Erica got to lead a parade of her own, starting with all the victims of Darrell Brooks,
I'm listening.
let's say hypothetically in 18-wheelers, and it was kind of like American Gladiator, so he could hide behind things. But I mean, it's a law of averages. 70, 80 dump trucks are going to find a way. But I say, we have a way to get out of debt, fund a lot of things, and have fun and American wholesomeness all back. And we're all cheering for the same team. It'll heal the nation.
I mean, where do I sign up?
I know. Either that or we all get to shock shackle him, depending on like if we donate to that kind of thing.
Again, where do I sign up?
Yeah, I'm telling you, we could pay for all of these things. I mean, FEMA would be funded in about 2 weeks, thanks to shit posters on the internet. We'd be like, shock him again, do the glitter bomb. Of course, I think other countries might be mad at us, but have they sent us any money to help with the hurricane?
No.
Yeah, no. So I'm okay with it. Be mad, be sad.
They don't get an opinion.
On our chat.
Yeah. It's like, we're giving you ideas, guys, to fix your own economies. Come on.
By the power of shitpost and the internet, we will save the world.
Exactly.
Thank you, Unhung Hero. I like it. I definitely, if I don't win this election, I'll be back in 2028, refining and, becoming a much better spokeswoman for Screw Geneva.
What did Geneva do to you?
Well, they keep telling us that everything's mean that I want to do to prisoners, and I find that they are not my supervisor. To quote Charlene from Archer, "You are not my supervisor." and that's the motto I'm taking away from life.
It's a good one, to be fair.
It really is. Whether just, Cheryl or Charlene, you are not my supervisor.
Unless you're Sarah Boone, and then it becomes problematic.
I say that to my husband all the time, and he's like, "Would you stop?" It's like, have I yet? I don't give up. I love you, babe.
Yeah. Oh.
I love he's leaning over trying to read.
What if it wasn't me driving?
Yeah.
What if it wasn't you?
What if it was my mom's truck,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't driving?
Mm-hmm.
Damn
I
you,
was
Casper,
traveling.
the assault and battery ghost. How dare you?
Well, this is the beginning of the soft sit because he wasn't driving; he was traveling.
You know, there is a distinction. But I love how he's like, okay, what if, and I'm just throwing this out here, it was my mom's car, but I was not driving it because I do not drive. I travel. I do not contract with anyone. I am a Moorish Moo from, I don't know. I watched a lot of Sovset stuff, but I think he's like, what if I told him there was someone else in there and that he almost got away with it if there wasn't flash photography of you in the car, Darrell?
Yeah. There's, I mean, he could have tried. He could have at least tried, like, well, the car's autonomous. Like, Darrell is like a 2008 thing. Like, that wasn't a thing then. He's like, damn.
Vale,
Well,
he's had 3 hours up to now to think of something other than, okay, it was my mom's car,
yeah.
but I was not driving it. Like I was walking alongside it and it wouldn't listen to commands. We're
Yeah.
trying to teach it to heal.
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Again, the entire, 9-watt bulb in Darrell's brain has been burning for hours, and this is the masterpiece he's come up with. I love this.
Yeah.
What a douche.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
What if it wasn't?
What if it wasn't me?
Mm-hmm. Who else would it be?
That's what I'm asking. Not asking you who else would it be. I'm just asking. What if I
It was
knew?
Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I figured it was Rachel
Would I
Zegler.
be asked to give that information?
Allegedly, I'm joking, you
Well,
guys.
it said
Rachel,
we're
don't
here
come
to
after
gather
me.
truth. So if somebody else was driving that car, yeah, I would want to know who that car is, so we go talk to that person.
Oh my God! Enter Dr. Lewis, that ridiculous doctor from the Letitia Stout case that thought that she had 93 personalities. And she's like, yes, there is Darrell, and then there's Darrell, and then there is well, Math Boy Fly. And Math Boy Fly was driving the car.
Do we know, does Math Boy actually know math?
Well, now I doubt it. Because he spelled boy BOI. So he graduated like me before No Child Left Behind in Common Core math. So we're doing the best we can with what we got.
True.
Oh Lord.
But a huge part of that is going to be your honesty with it.
Right. No, I was just asking because you just asking.
You've already figured out you're not an idiot. You're not a dumb man. You're a smart guy. I see that.
I thought you weren't gonna lie to him no more. Howdy
Yeah.
doody detective. I'd have been like, you must be a damn moron.
I've been with these detectives up until now. I mean, like, I might
He's
disagree
gonna
with the tact a little bit, but like, yeah, like this is where we go off the rails, boys.
this is where he decides like, no, the car I am an inventor and I was trying to prototype a Roomba that you could drive on the road. And I guess I just didn't, put the flux capacitor in right. Like even that would have been better. I was trying to invent a self-driving car and I really, really screwed it up. But no,
I
it was the ghost of Christmas past driving the car.
I actually just read something somewhat recently, and I don't remember where, that there was recently a Roomba actually escaped from somewhere.
I want one so badly. It sounds like what a Roomba would do if it was, placed in my house. Because if one cat doesn't get it, we've got 5 cats, and if one cat doesn't kill it, the other cat's going to. But I want one so bad.
And one cat's just gonna like sit on top of it and ride it around.
Yeah, but my cats aren't skinny. Now, we're working on their diet. They're supposed to not be as fluffy, but that's like 40 pounds a cat trying to sit on a Roomba. And hi, I need to
Well.
return my Roomba. My cat killed it with its fatness. Do you have a sturdier model, like a husky Roomba, if you will?
That's when the Roomba starts playing like Lowrider. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's
Lowrider.
yeah. I just want one because between my cats and my family, we all shed like a bunch of Chewbaccas. So it's like I'm like, how did hair I just swept? What is this? It's like a fresh new layer of white fur everywhere. Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah. I still call
You know that
bullshit
we
on
can
him
work
being
on it.
smart.
Yeah.
And you know that we're hearing for the honesty portion of it.
Yes, sir.
And my partner already explained that, we're not looking at obstruction or getting in trouble for that. You know what I
Howdy,
mean?
howdy.
Because, yeah, okay, you fibbed on some stuff. Not the end of the world. People fib on it. I get it because it's self-preservation. Like you said, you don't want
True.
to make more trouble for yourself.
My thing is, I just don't want to get charged with something that I didn't do. Now, with something that I did do, dead to rights, I'm willing to be like, I did that.
Huh. Darrell, well, this is amazing. Let me show you this video footage that horrifies most people. Yeah, that would be you doing all the things. Now, are you going to apologize?
No.
No. It wasn't me. What if it was a hologram of me in the car because I am from the future?
Yeah.
And this hologram was sent back to besmirch my good name because of all the good that I will do in the future.
Yeah, it's like that man has a coat on. Didn't you hear me? I said I didn't have a coat. It's like, do you see the Green Bay Packer flip-flops? Do you see them?
No, Darrell, because it's only your head out the, car window telling those poor people you're running over to move out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, if he could just pull it out of his... If he
Oh
could
my
pull his head out of somewhere else for a little bit, we might get
We have
somewhere.
already talked about this. He has gone too far. He has to do the full Lemmy Winks, South Park journey up the entire digestive system to get out. He is too far in. There are no turn backsies. He's got to go full Lemmy Winks, and I don't know that will happen.
I just don't want to be charged with something that I didn't do.
Oh my God,
Because
it's a
that's what
Christmas
they
miracle
always
you
do.
weren't.
And they make you either pay your way out or fight your way out of a situation that you never should have had. I don't think that part of it is fair. Because at the end of the day, that's, if you got to spend money, that's money spent that you might have had something else that you had to do.
Oh my God. Maybe he is a little bit smarter than I gave him credit for. He understands object permanence and how monetary systems work, at least. If you spend money, you no longer have it.
I mean,
Pearls of Wisdom by Darrell.
that seems logical.
Oh.
I know I'm giving him a little too much credit, though, so we haven't heard what's
No.
next.
No, I'm sure he'll continue to run his mouth. And he's like, when I was a famous rapper in, Las Vegas. I had a bunch of cool cars that I would stand real close to until the alarms went off.
Were you DJ like Alarm or something?
No, if you have maybe watched the What the Business song so many times because it just never fails to, well, just tickle the absurdity bone that you have in you.
Yes.
And he's all just, standing by these cars, but not standing close enough to, start the alarms or the like theft alarms,
Mhm.
acting like he's what the business. It's just it is hilarity to me because you can tell he's like trying to pretend like this is my car, but he is staying far enough away that the security guards don't tase him.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen people like how like some of these people who make videos about like, oh, like look at my new car and all this stuff, and it looks like they're standing next to a Lambo and it's actually like a Hot Wheel, but it's all like perspective driven because they're standing like 40 feet backwards and
Oh,
the car's all, and it's like that's all I can think of in my head is like Darrell standing next to like a matchbox.
Yes. I don't think he could figure out perspective, so he just had to do the whole like don't tase me, bro, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he does seem to be lacking perspective, that is for sure.
In so many ways.
Yes.
Or you may have to do something else that you like, and you know what I mean? It's just the situation is crazy because it's like you gotta. It's either what in Milwaukee, what I've seen all the time. It's either where you see some guys.
Okay, oh my god. Quick chat and veil ideas here. What death metal like five finger death punch is the detective listening to in his head right now instead of paying attention to Darrell?
I don't think I can say that song title out loud.
It's Gwar. It's the entire album discography of Gwar. He's just like
Well, Five Finger Death Punch has one. I think it actually is called Burn MF Burn. I think is actually what the song is called.
That's all I'm imagining is how he's getting through this. He is just raging internally to some like incredibly intense like death metal.
Yeah, or take this one for what it is because it's actually a really good song. I love the original, but Five Finger Death Punch redid the song. And again, there's some interpretation here. Blue on Black. That's a great song, actually. But
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just I don't know. Maybe this guy's just a genuinely good person, but yeah, I would be thinking of at some point Darrell would notice my face glaze over and I would have to go full Dirty Harriet. Like, I can stay here all day. If you want to continue to be stupid, they pay me for this.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I know a friend, and somebody was like, his girl, I guess, oh, he stole my gun. He stole my firearm. No proof of it, no nothing. He gets thrown in jail. And they make him, oh, yeah, well, no. Well, I don't think it was him that did it now. But y'all was just fighting, and you said it was him to do it, gave them the guy's name and all that. They came and arrested him. But then they ended up not processing the charge, but he was charged with the theft of the firearm,
Mhm.
already being a felon. And it's like,
Okay.
that carried.
Darrell, you sweet, sweet, dumb window licker, you. We have moved on. In case you don't understand by the not so subtle, like, we're not talking about that anymore, that the detective was telling you. We have gone off from the bitches be crazy part of this interrogation, and now we're getting to the shit you actually did. So could we figure this out?
Yes.
Sorry. It's
And
been, like, one of those weeks where it's like, "Oh," I pulled up a story that the Earth was gonna have another mini moon, but it might, break up and hit, and I was just hoping that it was gonna say, like, "It's gonna hit, and we're okay," because at this point, I will say that it's usually very easy for me most of the time to kind of compartmentalize all the news I consume and then the newsy news that I do, but I swear this week has been like, if this is the rapture, I'm kind of okay. I don't think it can get any dumber down here that I'm willing to tolerate.
yeah, I'm genuinely like waiting for aliens, like for real. Like, can we get a hand,
Yeah, at
please,
this point, like,
or a probe, one of the two.
yeah, at this point, I don't want an October surprise. I would just like the surprise to be reset back to 1999.
Yeah, when Limp Bizkit was cool.
Yeah, I wanna go back to just being afraid of Y2K.
Yeah,
I wanna see my parents stockpiling toilet paper, which seems to be how you react to any, thing bad anymore. But
yeah,
Y2K started that shit, and we Genlennials would like to take credit with all this crazy TP buying. We
yeah.
had a fad too, damn
Mhm.
it. It wasn't, eating Tide Pods, but we did hoard toilet paper. So
Yeah,
there you go.
we weren't sure if computers were smart enough to know the difference between time. I mean, it's okay. We had our thing too.
Yeah, yeah.
But this was in the state of when, cell phones were like the size of shoes.
Yes. And you didn't text, you had a beeper.
Yeah, they were literally just for calling people. And even
Yeah,
then,
yeah, they didn't take it.
usually they were for emergencies because it was so damn
Oh, yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, yeah, and you had to tell your parents, like, "Okay, no, um, they're all on my 5, it's after, 7 PM," and y we all remember our 5. That's how you knew
Mhm.
if your friends liked you anymore or not. Because if you got off someone's 5, you're like, "Well, screw you too."
Yeah. Now, for the TP thing. All right, so I I thought I would never do this, but I have solved the TP problem. Just get a bidet.
Kleenex?
No,
Oh,
just get a bidet.
really?
Oh, Mo,
Okay, it
I will
doesn't
never live
startle
without
you?
one. No, I will never live without one. Everybody who doesn't use one is a savage now. I don't know how people
Okay,
do it.
Vale, I have 3 children. The youngest, most feral, just got in trouble today because he decided for no reason that he can articulate to, my husband gets very high quality paint. He's kind of finicky about it because he used to do painting for a
Mhm.
job. Now my son, again, for no reason that he could articulate, so maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe Satan told him to do it, but he decided to use scissors to punch holes in the top of 1 can of these paint and,
Okay.
paint the outside. So, I want you to imagine the unholy mess and that is already achieved by my boys in the bathroom for lack of aim. Can you imagine them giving them a butt fountain? I just Vale, I have some questions.
I'm telling you because I see that uh El Presidente Puddletown says that he has never experienced. I'm telling you, like it's you can get them on Amazon that can just like they literally just like hook up onto your existing toilet. You don't need to get anything fancy. I'm telling you, they'll
Okay,
change
but
your
cold
life.
water attacking you on your undercarriage? No. And it was blue paint.
Well, and And better, if you spend the extra $10, you can get the one with a feminine setting on it to spray the front too, and not just the back. And maybe a little TMI, but I just wanted to make sure that it worked, and it definitely took her balls.
Man, this is why men die sooner, because it clearly has a little lady person probably on it. And feels like, in the name of science.
But I'm telling you, everybody needs to experience it at least once in their life, and you'll never go back. I'm telling you, you will never go back.
You know what is hilarious is I'm trying to imagine Mr. Mo's face when he opens the box with a new bidet in it, and I explained to him what it is. I think his face is actually going to be more horrified than the mini wigs that I've had, and I'm almost here for just to see his face. Like, we've got Mr. Mo's Christmas gift. Getting a bidet with a feminine setting.
You can try to make it sound more manly, and like you could repackage it and like put like Ass Blaster 5000 on it or something like that. Something funny.
Okay, if that appeals to him, we have bigger problems in our marriage.
This is true.
There's different conversations we need to be having if that's the other thing.
This is true. But I'm telling you, I thought it was funny at first too, but I'm telling you,
you could sell it as Tremors 4 when they introduce the Ass Blasters. You'll just say it's a commemorative, merchandise.
Yeah, I
could work with this.
Yeah, exactly. You can work it in and be like, no, it's to recognize my favorite movie Tremors.
Hey, any film that has Reba McEntire basically fighting the commies and landworms, I'm there.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot that she was in the first one with Earl.
She was the only reason I watched the first one. Her and Earl are like life goals. Yeah. You have a bunker. We have all the MREs we can eat, and if the government comes on our land, we can take care of things.
Elephant guns.
Yes.
13 years. Just because somebody said, and then went back and said, "Oh well." What?
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't want.
So I have to go sit up in here for that.
Right. You don't want to get timed up for something you did not do.
That's all I'm saying.
And I know.
Well, Darrell, this is going to be great news for you because we can prove you did all the stuff that we're going to charge you for. I hope that makes you feel better. Why the detective didn't say something like that, I will never know. Because that would have been my thing. I'd be like, Darrell, rest assured that we will have all the evidence for everything we're charging you for.
Well, it's because he didn't want to blow up his rapport points about how women are crazy.
True.
Because he's gonna have to sleep on the couch, and he knows that, and he's not doing that for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not your first police contact. It's the first time we've
Darrell, he's been inquirable.
I understand the natural distrust. I mean, at least I hope, whether you trust me or not, I hope you at least.
Probably.
I'm trying to respect you, and I hope that can be mutual, even if we don't necessarily trust. Trust me when I say I don't want to charge you with anything you didn't do.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact.
Because they do that a lot, and they be like, the guy when I had this domestic with Erica, that's about to get dismissed. The guy was saying the same thing. Oh, well, we're just trying to. And when I get to county, I have so many charges, like everything. I had charge after charge after charge after charge.
Darrell, you dumbass. That's a tactic that prosecutors use to try to get you into a plea deal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were good at this whole, third party intervener. I guess he had a like quick conversion to third party intervener once he got to jail. Because here he doesn't seem to be thinking like a Sovsit.
Yeah. Then I mean, obviously that's where like somebody in jail was like, "Hey, buddy, listen to this." They're the ones who convinced
Honey
him to go the
buns.
whole soft sit route.
Oh my god. We need to find the absolute king among shitlords that did that. And I am willing to stock his honey bun fund for at least a year. We will do yearly like donation drives of honey bun fund for the person
Yeah, who convinced him?
who convinced him to go soft sit.
Yeah, and especially the person, if it is the same person. If not, we'll start another one for
Yes.
whoever convinced him it was a tacket agreement.
Oh my god, yes. Yes. Listen, reach out to us, have my people call your people. We will verify this independently. But if you taught this man tacket, we will also have a, every year annual honey bun fund, top up for your
Yes.
your commissary because that I mean, thank you. Thank you. This was a horrible trial to watch because he's such an insufferable ass, and that judge, instead of being a toddler mom, from the early '80s, was a gentle parenting mom. You know what Mo would have done in the judge? I am going on day 1. I am going to give you one chance. You wanna play with me, you wanna mess with me, you'll go to the other room, and I don't have to take you off mute. And
Yeah.
had she done that every day and not said, "I'm gonna read rule, 8, 11, 12 to you for the 80 jillionth time," and then
Yeah.
she let him come back to the room, like, 5 minutes, like, "I'll be good." He is lying, ma'am. He is lying.
Yeah,
We all know
exactly.
this.
It's
Stop
like,
making us look bad. You said you're a mom. For the love of
yeah.
God, you don't negotiate with toddlers, terrorist, or Darrell.
Yeah, that part was extraordinarily frustrating with her. It's like she just wouldn't put her foot down. And it's like when I was a child and my mother looked at me a certain way, I knew that I was probably going to die. I mean, so all she had to do was put her foot down and he would stop misbehaving. But because she let him get away with it and let him get away with it, he just kept on and he ruled that courtroom, not her.
Yeah. What I will say is that I think after she put down the reference to the entire rule and maybe even verbatim dictated that rule that she cited, I think all she would have had to do is say, I am going to use the justification I said when citing rule dot 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 instead of every time she would read the whole colloquy of like this rule, blah blah blah, their quorum, blah blah blah, crapola. He knew that she was not, he could push her, and instead of her having a very firm line, I mean, imagine Burkowski or Borowski taking any of this in his courtroom. Imagine who is the judge that is she is a former Marine and she's down in Georgia, I think.
Oh, in Georgia? I
But
thought you were talking about the Johnny Depp lady.
no, she's got really Alex Manning, Judge Manning. Judge Manning would not take this in her court because she's like, you can disrespect me, but you will damn well respect, my position in this court.
Yeah.
So regardless of it was a male or a female, if you had had someone of that personality type, I think it would have been less of a circus. But because she was trying to
Yeah.
gentle parent him, you can't do that with these type of people.
No.
These type of people thrive on poking boundaries, and if you have a good boundary, I mean, he would have probably reacted worse at first, but he would have understood, like, I can't play with her.
Yeah. No, like for sure, yeah. And I see somebody said, yeah, the lady from Deb to Ascarati. I believe she was a Marine JAG, if I remember right.
Okay. Yeah, you just needed someone that said, again, this is what I expect in my courtroom. You will either follow this or you will be put in that other room to keep dignity in this courtroom for what this courtroom functions as,
Yes.
you will be removed.
Yeah. And we talked about this wrong one. This one. We talked about this last week about maybe having like a fundraiser for like the families and have like a retrial just for show. Because that would have been amazeballs.
Except I think Judge Borowski would have died. I think that the level of his blood pressure would have reached like Danny Glover, Lethal Weapon 42, Why the Hell is Chris Rock in my movie, like sweating and stuck to a toilet. I think that I want Borowski around for a long time. I don't want Darrell to take him down.
True. I mean, or just to watch like Borowski like go chambers and then storm off. And then Darrell comes out with like a pouty face afterwards.
Darrell starts
his
screaming
eyes are
for
red.
the bailiff.
Yeah.
The bailiff like, help, he's safety.
Yeah. It's like, please, just for the love of God, just shock me. It's so much better than Borowski.
Yeah. He's like, bring back the nice lady. That's all they would have needed to do is have a mom-dad team, like nice Judge What's-Her-Face, and then Borowski.
Yeah.
Because Borowski would come in like, the hell did you just say to her? Like, what did you just say to your mom? No, tell me.
Yeah, like there are some judges who just seem to like kind of let too many things go. Like, and I know she was trying to preserve the record because she didn't want to like screw this up because it's such an important deal. Like, I get that. But like, so the judge for Mr. Bowtie for Halderson, like he kind of lets stuff go too. And there's been a few like that where they just kind of let things go, and it's like, no, like you're the person who is in charge of this room, like in the proceedings that take place therein, you need to take control of it.
Yeah, and there definitely, I think there's a way she could have again maintained the firmness and not come off also as, a B word, but said, these are what I expect. You will be treated as such. You are respectful. I match energies. So I will be, this, but you will not disrespect my courtroom. And the minute you do, you will be taken to this, technically similar room until you can behave yourself. Because Darrell, are you a grown-ass man?
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm not a judge. Are you a grown-ass man? And you're like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm a grown-ass man. Okay, then I expect you to act like one.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the moment you start acting like a toddler, I will treat you as a toddler.
Yeah.
Don't test me.
And then so then she turns.
They know what they're doing up there.
No.
Too, correct?
Oh.
Damn you, all the hell stuff. And my body, because I have the spatial awareness and body control of a traumatized squirrel. I'm like, no, stop. And my hand's like, no, let's click more buttons. I think this will help if you click all the buttons. And my brain's like, no, fuck, don't do that. Stop clicking. What are you doing? And my mind is like, no, or my hand is like, no, I is helping. I is a good helper. I'll just click all the buttons.
I'm dying over here.
Welcome to my internal monologue. My brain is like, why are you always spazzy? And my hand is like, I am doing all the things. I'm just trying to help. Why did you set me in charge with the internet? You know I'm not good at this stuff.
It's like, but I'm so good at it. I'm good at clicking things.
Here, my brain is like, stop touching buttons. And my hand is like, what about this one? I think this one will help.
Yeah.
That's
You funny.
a fact, because they do that a lot, and they be like, but it's just a hassle of having to go through. That's money spent that I can't get back. That's time in jail spent that I can't get back.
Darrell, we all want you to spend time in
I had
jail.
to lose some stuff just because somebody said something, not okay, we caught this dude.
That was funny.
In the act, we can prove that he did this, we can prove that he did that.
Darrell, it's another Christmas miracle, but they can and they do. They
Yeah.
can prove that you did this, and they do prove that you did this. I'm sure
Yeah.
you feel, comfy.
Yeah. It's
He's saying this like he didn't run through a fucking parade.
yeah. And it's like
Vielhammer, make this make sense to me. He ran his red Ford, not even like a neutral color like bone or gray Ford, but an entire Ford Escape through a damn Christmas parade. And he was like, I just want you guys to be able to ensure that I did this. I
yeah.
really want you to have your burden of proof. I am a constitutional scholar here, and I want the state to prove things.
Yeah. And I don't want to get trumped up on a bunch of charges, because they throw everything, like all the charges, like all of them at me and stuff. And it's like, buddy, it's like, wait till you see the charge list you're going to be getting now. It's
Daryl's like,
like,
it's not my fault. They were all jaywalking. Charge them. Charge them. They were in the middle of the street jaywalking.
yeah, it's like,
I'm surprised
it's
he didn't use that.
your list of charges is going to be so long. It's going to take Judge Mommy like 5 hours to read all of them in court.
Yeah, and you tell she went to her stylist. Look, I am not going to hate on Judge Mummy all that much because, oh my God, her hair looked beautiful. But could you have read those any slower? Holy zolies. I was like, I'm dying here. And then it was just, if you want to do an interesting thought exercise or kind of perspective exercise, what I have done is watched the Emily D. Baker, kind of the reading of the sentences and um, all of that, and then watch the Nick Rekieta one because it's very interesting to hear what people value in both chats and then how you can maybe have shades that agree with both.
Mhm.
And it really does. I will say that, it is interesting that for different moods, we have different lawyers. Because I'll tell you that, most days I can't be as positive as Emily D. Baker keeps her chat. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm a lot meaner, and I'm okay with personal attacks. Even against myself, I'm like, I don't care. Just try to do something more creative than your fluffy. Because believe me, my mean inner bitch voice has already told me that, and she slays. So unless you have like inner bitch voice powers, I would stay away from that one because she can do better. But I'm fine,
Mhm.
But it is interesting
Mhm.
that on different like days where I want to really look at how we process things differently, it is really funny to have seen that and then kind of I'll be honest, I'm more of the Nick dude side, like, "Stop talking about feelings, oh my god." Most days.
Mean. I yeah, the whole like being super nice and you can't laugh at people and stuff. That's a little tough for me. Consider that's
But
how
there
kind
are
of how I
days
deal with things.
there are days I appreciate that she kind of demystify look, as a female and as a female who is defective at being a female, how the flip are we supposed to deal with all these effing feelings at once? Like, I'd be okay if I was a dude and had one feeling at a time, but like, how am I supposed to feel happy, fulfilled, sad, glad, sad? I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with all of these things? I don't have, like, I've only watched Inside Out 1. I don't know how to deal with the basic feelings there, let alone, advanced feelings. So it is
Yeah.
nice to have like other women kind of like demystify, like, oh, you're happy, sad, glad. That's okay. It's totally okay. Like, this is just normal. And this is, it's fine. Because most of the time I'm on the Nick Rekieta thing, like, why are we talking about feelings so much?
Yeah. I mean, and
What the
to be
hell?
to be fair, right? Like that is why there is room for all kinds of people on YouTube.
That's
It's
what I
because
love. Yeah, depending on where I'm at in a day, I'm there. And I have seen Inside Out too. I thought it was really good. Um, I think for someone who does have anxiety, because have you met my mom? Probably not, but that joke lands really badly at my mom's house. Oddly
I
enough.
can't imagine why, Mo.
I still have, the scar wounds where she decided. Now, having 2 girls that we are way off tangent, but having 2 girls that just started driving, like, I am so proud of myself that I paid someone else with one of those fancy cars with a brake on the other side to teach her, like,
Yeah.
and teach both of them, because I still have the nail scars where my mom was like, "Okay, when I squeeze your thigh is when you're supposed to brake." I
Okay.
have
That would be okay. I'm starting to understand Mo a little more now.
Yeah, so I'm like, because I told my girls, they're like, "Do you wanna teach me how to drive?" And I was like, "Sweetheart, there is not a big enough combination of gin and gummies to make me a calm person to be able to, uh, you know, guide you through this. And I'm pretty sure I can't be drunk when I'm teaching you how to drive." Although that seems like a really mean rule right now as you're backing out off the off the paved part of our yard.
Yeah, there's not enough Carrie Underwood and Jesus taking the wheel that's gonna save that.
There is no, and then so my mom finally figured out. So this I say all that to say that my mom finally figured out on my 40th birthday. We were sitting around, I think just uh right before they moved, and my mom looked at me and she said, "I don't think we've ever driven with you driving me since you got your license." And I said, "Yeah. Yeah, no, we haven't." And she's like, "Why is that?" And I was like, Have you met you? Do you remember how like thigh pinching taught me how to brake?" And she's like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, and you always seem to be happy to drive, and I'm not gonna take that away from you. In fact, I got married not to drive. There is no Joe Neermaning in my house. I am sorry. There is no Joe Neermaning in this house." My husband's like, Mr. Mo came up to me one time after I'd gone on a diatribe about this, and he's like, "Sometimes I wish that I didn't have to drive." And I was like, "And sometimes I wish I had married someone else if you don't wanna drive." I was like, "Did I marry another woman?"
Oh.
This is this is why I call myself a defective female, because I'm like, "Bro, seriously, do I have to take away your man card? Like, did you grow a uterus? Like, do we?" I was like, we yeah, believe me, the things that have come out of my mouth, and Mr. Mo's like, "Other wives are all kind and stuff," and I'm like, "You saw the ride and still bought a ticket."
I mean, not wrong.
It was like I had never lied about being a kind, and, I'm not driving. There's no, unless I became the dude in the relationship, but no. There's also that no.
Yeah, as I can't imagine trying to like teach another person to drive though. Like I can't imagine doing that. Like I yeah. I have a hard enough time like riding along with people.
Vale, we made it. So I shit you not, our manor house, our fancy little like HOA building is about like 4 minutes away. We made it 4 minutes away, and I was like, I think that I'm not the person to teach you. And my daughter's like, "Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out." Because I'm over here. Have you ever tried to be an emotionally available, supportive, nurturing human being, full of encouragement and wisdom, as you are terrified that you are going to die at 5 miles an hour, which you didn't think was possible, but you're now learning is a thing and that could happen to you?
I mean, not at the same time. No. But
Okay,
that sounds
yeah,
mortifying.
no. No, it was like, "Okay, sweet, good, okay, slowly, slower, okay, a little bit faster, but what you're trying to do is not slam on the brake. No, we're going towards a pond. No, that's a T. No, that's a T. No, the other pedal is the brake. The other pedal is the brake. No, you're doing great. Great. I have total faith and trust in you. I really, really do, but I'm not a good enough Christian to survive this right now. Going to heaven, so could we possibly turn to the left?
I can see this happening in my head, actually.
Yeah, because kind and nurturing and wonderful mom is trying to be there, and then you see a pond coming straight to in front of you, and the child still pressing on the gas pedal while trying to find the clicker. After you said, "Hey, I want you to sit in here for an hour or so, get used to where all the gadgets are, your turn signal, your washer, your windshield wiper, all that stuff. Kind of get used to that. I know it's going to feel dumb, but do that." And we're still rolling forward as the pond is getting closer. And
then
finally, the demonic voice has come on, like, "We're going to turn over to the left."
and then when you finally get back to the driveway, Mo's like, about those hand jobs, you just get really good at them.
I was like, "Look, you're one of my girl children. If you structure your marriage like mine, you won't have to drive." How do you feel about arranged marriage, by the way? Like, if I find someone that's really good at driving, would you give them a chance? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Funny.
Yeah, no, so that is how we just decided to let someone with a brake pedal on the other side of the car teach our children. Because
and to bring it all back together, it wasn't a tangent. So speaking of bad drivers,
oh my God, can you imagine Mama Darrell, Mama Brooks, like, okay, pedestrians are worth 50 points unless it is parade, and then you'll get, Grand Theft Auto points on double. So I don't even want to imagine that slice of insanity.
Yeah, it's it was probably more like just go find a car and just go for it.
Pretty much.
Just I was drunk and angry.
Sometimes, though, even if we can prove, and you kind of alluded to this where you understand it, is sometimes we can prove something, but that doesn't help us understand the why, or those circumstances, or the reasons. You know what I mean? And that's why people.
No, he doesn't. Sweetheart, baby detective. Sweetheart, he doesn't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because that would require an outlook that isn't Darrell centric.
Yeah.
So
he did not understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
No, that's why he looks all confused.
Yeah.
I am glad they made him cut off his dreadlocks.
I mean,
I know that was super petty of me, but I'm here for it. I'm glad that they made him do it.
Did they make him do it? Or was that like a choice because he wanted to like not look intimidating or whatever? Because I know there are people that do that. They cut their hair before they go to court so they don't look intimidating or whatever.
Part of me wants to say that was cunning that he would do that and think about that. But part of me thinks that no, he doesn't even have that basic level cunning. So
not wrong.
I'm going to say they shaved it off for lice, but that's my headcanon. I mean, you guys can pick whatever, scabies, rabies. I mean, whatever you want to do. And in my mental headcanon, he has to get a cone of shame when they shave his head. Feel free to do with that whatever you want.
To tell us those things. That way there is a fuller understanding of those reasons. And it's not just blindly, this guy did it and let's assume the worst about him.
Yeah, because that's what I felt like just now.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he now I'm starting to get a clear picture. Like, okay, so somebody obviously got hurt. Somebody somewhere in this
No.
whole situation got hurt.
Darrell Brooks channeling Miss Cleo. I'm getting that there was a car accident.
Yeah. It's
Are
like,
you a Gemini? Sagittarius Virgo?
yeah.
What
He
is going
clearly
on?
he played a lot of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego in school. I mean, and he's
He's
starting to
like,
put the pieces together.
I don't want to brag or nothing, but I have played Clue and I have figured out, Colonel Mustard in the lobby with the Ford Escape a couple times.
Yeah. And how come, genuine question here, cuz and I would honestly like to hear what chat has their opinion about this is, why is it whenever we refer to Clue, it's always Colonel Mustard? How come it's never anybody else like Mr. Green or whatever? It's always Colonel Mustard. Why is that?
I can remember Colonel Mustard and Lady Scarlet is a chick, but
Yeah.
I can never remember Mr. Green or Dr. Plum or all the other ones, but I can remember Colonel Mustard.
It's just weird how it's always Colonel Mustard. I just find it funny. Don't know why. Just do.
I always forget Professor Plum. I'm going to be real with you. I love mustard, so Colonel
Mm,
Mustard, and he's a military man. I'm like, there you go.
yeah, I just find it funny. Like
I wanna
everybody
get
always, it's
involved in
all
trouble.
everybody always refers to Colonel Mustard. Always.
I love how he's like, we're gonna need some Velma or like some Scooby Doo on this shit because how are we gonna solve this case of what happened?
Yeah.
Got hurt. That's on me. That's how he had me making it seem like it's on me. That is going to lead to a charge.
Is it on you?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. But the charge, even the assumption of even making somebody have to pay or fight their way out of it is still having to go do it.
Right.
On top of what I already got in
Yes,
the
I want
water.
to say too soon, but I think
So it's like,
we've got enough time.
boom, boom, boom. I'm already facing prison time here. And now I'm facing more prison time. On top of
Darrell.
already facing prison time.
Oh my God, he's almost got the puzzle put together. This must be
At
like
my
what
age,
Boone felt.
it's a lot to handle, knowing what I got out there.
100%.
You know what I mean? Knowing that I'm looking at not. It's no guarantee you're even gonna
Oh
see
my
tomorrow.
goodness.
So, like, who wanted to have their last moments in a place like this, or in a cell somewhere, or in a jail somewhere, and you got
On the
beautiful
pavement
girls
somewhere,
out
you
there
giant
that you want to
ass.
see grow up. My sister never got a chance to see her kids grow up because she passed away.
Sure.
You know, so it's like it's just daunting because it's just like,
Look, it's not Christian, it's not right, but wrong twin passed away, dude. Wrong twin.
Yeah,
It's like a
for
do-over
sure.
and a recount.
Yeah. And I mean that in the most Christian way. Of
Yeah.
course.
Like in God, all things we honor, but you kind of made a mistake here. Why'd you you left Darrell? Like,
Yeah.
did the Grim Reaper get confused? Was her name Darina? And we just got the note maybe mixed up just a little bit? Like, could it have been a clerical error? Can we have a recount?
Yeah.
Was
I-
there a hanging Chad somewhere?
That's a throwback.
Come on. That was hilarious. Butterfly
Sure.
ballot hanging Chads. And I was like, God, this. You know what? I will say, I was totally black-pilled when that came about because I thought, God, society is dumb. But we have managed to surpass ourselves and get even dumber. we've achieved a goal I didn't think was possible. Congratulations.
Yes, because
2024.
yeah, because there's warning labels on laundry detergent. Um, so yes, we have gotten dumber. And the best one, did you know? So on the back, so if anybody knows what a radiator is in your car, there's a big fan on it, okay, that sits behind
Yeah.
the grill of the radiator. If you open your hood sometime, just for a little bit of a laugh, there's a warning sticker on it that says, "Do not put hand near moving fan."
DK
So,
Cripple, I'm so sorry. And I know we say a lot of
oh,
things in jest, and I'm really, really sorry. I don't ever want to be a source of someone's continued pain, so I am sorry.
yeah,
I will
that's
say
not great.
that we did not mean it in that way, which doesn't help when it triggers stuff, but I think that I am glad that you are here. And, obviously, if something we ever say is really personal like that, we will refrain from doing that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is a crappy situation that you were put
yeah,
in because nobody should ever be told that, especially by a parent. Like
no,
that's
never
a
ever.
crappy thing to say. So
That's,
I'm
but
sorry that you had to deal with that.
all right, when we're using Darrell Brooks as a palate cleanser, 2024 continues to amaze me.
It's not wrong.
Oh my God, man. You know what I mean? It's hurtful.
No, sorry, Dingus. Dingus killed it.
I don't want to
One
see
second.
anybody.
What are
Dingus,
those?
no.
I'll show you in a minute.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to see anybody get hurt, or sorry, you don't want to see anybody get charged for something that they didn't do. But you already brought up too that if somebody did something, that they should be held accountable for it, and that you're willing to accept responsibility
What's going on?
if it's.
Can I show you something?
You look like you try to film me or something.
No, I'm not filming you.
Well, technically he
Oh my
is.
God.
Hey, you?
Why am I having flashbacks to Sarah Boone? Like, I don't want to see that photo.
Yeah. Do I have to watch the whole
Wait.
thing?
Yeah, I feel sick. I'm gonna get so sick. And this is a trick. This is a trick, and this is strategery used against me. And I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Yeah, it's like we don't have to watch the whole thing. Like, like no. She's like, but you said this. She's like, no, I didn't. She's like, no, you said it right here. She's like, no, but do we have to watch the whole thing? Really? Like, I mean, I kind of believe you now. I don't want to watch it.
Well, Vale, did you hear about the, well, not that it flew, but the big subterfuge and skullduggery that got Sarah Boone to the police office?
Oh God. Yes, I
You know,
heard I heard some of the
26.
of that. Yes, and like my only thing the entire time this was going on. Okay, like I understand that like she has a new lawyer and whatever. Like however people feel about that, whatever. Okay, but this dude was like the whole time. This lawyer is like, okay, we don't want her in leg chains because the jury's going to see it. And the judge is like, you know what? Hey, we're going to put a cover in front of it, in front of the table. So, like, the jury's not going to be able to see it. So, they're not going to see that she's in leg chains. It's all good, bro. All right. And the attorney's like, well, no, we really, really don't think it's a good idea. It's like this whole time, like, this dude is arguing. And I'm like thinking in my head, all right, this guy must have been promised some of that Boone's
Oh, oh.
yeah.
I think
And
my body tried to dry heave at once. That was terrible.
yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Because he's
Well, she is
arguing to get this woman.
right
Yeah, like he's arguing so hard, like for her not to be in leg chains. It's like, why are you arguing so hard, bro? Like, because you want her to like be able to run away or something? Because I have seen it happen. I have seen
Well, yeah.
prisoners run out in court.
What I don't get is, look, Sarah Boone has a face that bitterness built, bitterness and gin.
this.
Is oh my god. That's what I'm gonna call it that from now on. We need a little bit of poontang.
That's amazing.
But he's like, no, my assistants will do her cosmetics. I'm like, look, there is not enough spackle and primer. I'm sure we've all seen these TikToks where women, let's just say that aren't conventionally outwardly attractive, can work magic with makeup such to the point that they are a completely different person.
Mhm.
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody gonna have time. There is not enough primer and spackle and sanding
Yes.
that's gonna make Sarah Boone look approachable.
Yes. There's not enough day laborers that's going to make that work.
I need to work on merch because I've got Brows of Justice against, well, Samsonite Slayer and only the most tasteful things, and then maybe Poontang.
Yeah, you can get like a picture of the of her standing next to her attorney and Boontang.
Did it all for the boon.
Yes. uh
And I
Boontang
love
Farms.
merch goes from like a really motivational mug that I want to make that is all about, like being broken and where you are and still being seen. And then I'm going to have Boontang Cantonese,
You
with a picture of Sarah.
yes. Boontang Farms. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Ugh.
she is such a cartoon character.
Not wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's you? Nah, I ain't got no, it look like whoever. It look like Gray. Right there. You can see your face. Nah, that's not me. That's not you. That's not you.
now we're going into the
Darrell.
Shaggy defense.
That's Darrell. That's you. That's you, Darrell.
It would have
Why
made.
you say it like that, man?
Because we talked about the honesty piece. You keep telling me that you
Is it the
tell
sidecar?
the truth when you did do something. You
Here's
take
your mom's car.
responsibility when you do something.
There is not a Reddit door
Here's your mom's
enough
car
to
again.
help Elizabeth Arden with that one.
Yeah.
Here's your mom's car again. Next to a child, which I know you care a lot about, children. Next to a child.
In more than one way.
It's mom's car. Yeah, I was just asking him about my that's your mom's car that we took the key for from you. So you can't tell me at this point I'm playing any games anymore, I didn't say you was playing games from the get-go. Well, you felt like we were being totally straight. Last night I felt like it wasn't as fluid as we wanted. No, it wasn't the fluid. It was just it wasn't as much as I wanted to. I knew that y'all knew more than what y'all was saying. And I felt like last night with that whole, them coming in the way they did, and I'm sitting there in the thing and I'm watching them walk past like, what in the hell? And seeing that, I just felt like, okay, y'all already know.
We are not taking morticians away from beautifying people for their family members to have to deal with a live Sarah Boone. They work with the
Yes.
dead. They don't talk back. And then you put them in front of Sarah Boone. I mean, that's mean on
Yes.
so many levels.
Yes. That's just like inhumane. Like that actually is a violation of a Geneva Convention.
I think he is. I honestly think, and this is my personal opinion, speculation here, he probably was utilizing the COVID mask so they didn't look at his face.
Yeah.
Because he's probably aware, having been, let's say, a connoisseur of different jails, that, there's a lot they can take away from facial, movements.
Yeah.
and he does not have a poker face. I mean, he
Yeah.
has a resting douche face. So he probably was using it to his advantage, also as a sympathy thing. Like, I just got out of the hospital and my shoulder hurts real bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't even sleep. It hurted so bad.
Yeah, because that little whatever 150 pound maybe blonde
Yeah.
chick like twisted his arm so bad that he's like, oh my god, and then he's wildly gestating, throughout this whole thing, and then he's like, oh my god, he's like when he's going to get my fish sandwich, he's like, oh my god, my shoulder hurts. It's like, oh, you forgot about that for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I love how the detectives are no longer being nice. They already got yelled at by their wives, so they're like, when Darrell tries to bring up his shoulder, they just look at him with, I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall when they gave him the look they gave him when Darrell tried to bust that joke, like my shoulder hurt too, and they're just looking at him like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, here you go, Mo. All right, bruh.
Oh, that word should be outlawed. When I become president, it will be, if you birthed a big pumpkin-headed child, kept him alive for his first formative years when he wanted to put a fork in the wall socket, only to be called bruh. You can join my class action lawsuit against TikTok.
I knew you'd appreciate that.
Thanks.
What y'all want to do, what y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just want, I didn't know what y'all want. It just seemed like y'all knew more than what y'all was going to tell me. It was more so like, I felt like I was being railroaded to be like, okay, tell me this, but we already know over here what we going to do. We already know what we're going to do right here. We just want you to tell them yourself and say you did this and did that, so we can already justify what we already want to do. And it's like, I don't feel like that's fair.
What time did you come out here with the car? What time did you head out from Milwaukee to Waukesha?
I don't want to talk, man. I don't want to talk if I'm not getting nothing.
I just showed you 3 pictures.
Okay,
man.
you showed me pictures, but you're not telling me what I'm facing.
You know what you're facing.
I don't. That's the hope.
You
That's
drove
why
down
I
a
keep
street.
asking.
You drove down a parade route. You got a pretty good idea what you're facing.
You see what I'm saying? So now this is more stuff coming out, man.
We told you we were looking for that.
Darrell's like, you never said nothing about a parade. I thought we were here on Erica business. Him getting offended, pushing back from the table like he's going to walk away from negotiations.
Yeah, it's like, this man is insufferable. Because he's like, he spent, what are we at? We're at 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 30 seconds. He's spent the last 3 hours and 10 minutes of blabbing on and on and on and on about how Erica's crazy and how she drinks too much and blah, 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 and how he's such a good person and
yeah,
whatever.
man of God, and he wants to marry her and make her honest woman and stop her from drinking the fire water. I mean, what the hell, dude?
Yeah. It's like, come on. I
know.
Yeah.
I love how he's like, I have never been more offended in my life. I am going to walk right out of here. Darrell, do not deserve this.
Yeah. Darrell, not Darrell Brooks, am not going to participate in this conversation anymore.
I have been disrespected.
Yeah.
And I love that the detectives are both like, we are not even here for this anymore, Darrell. You go ahead and be offended.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the whole attitude has changed.
Yeah, well, they probably found out how many kids were on the ICU unit, and one kid had passed away by this time, because I think that it was a couple hours.
Yeah.
Until that was going on. Until they had even a cursory count of what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And from the way it sounds, like this interrogation is actually taking place the following day.
Yeah.
So like they probably are still getting information about all the injuries and all that kind of stuff in. So yeah, it's not good. But yeah, it is
That's
interesting to
always
how
like,
the
it
attitude
wasn't
changed.
me. I mean, that person obviously only doesn't have my luscious locks. Oh, well, there's some dreadlocks peeking out of the hoodie. Then it is obviously not me because I would not cover up my dreadlocks. So
Yes. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay,
it was the
Daryl.
one-armed man, Darrell. Sure, sure,
Yes,
I
of
believe.
course it was. The one-armed man defense. Sure. The
I'm
Green
just
Bay
waiting for someone to go full Tommy Lee Jones. Like, I don't care.
yeah. Yeah.
And then we can
It's
push him off a well or a dam. I mean, or he jumps. I mean, whichever way you want to see this happening in your mind. Like a choose your own adventure, Daryl. Daryl adventure book. Oh my
yes.
god, I would write that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Remember
say
those old choose your own inventions or
yes.
own adventure books? And then you always died, but then you had to cheat, and you're like, if I lived, that's what happened. That was boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make bad choices.
Yeah. It's like it's more fun that way.
Yeah, I never did win any of those without cheating. I was like, but these are such dumb choices. Why would they're not fun at all?
Yeah. I do remember those from like oh god, Scholastic Books. Do you remember
Looks
that?
yes.
Scholastic Book
We
Club?
need to make an adult one. Like you're going to a party. Do you A pregame or no? And then pregame and you end up with 6 children. I'm just joking.
That Jesus. There's a whole bunch of ways you can go with that.
Well, it's like choose your own Maury paternity adventure. That is my book. Don't anyone steal it. I am putting that on Amazon. 18 ways to hear not the father.
You're not the father, choose your own adventure. I mean, there's a market somewhere. I mean,
I know I would buy them all. That's why I can't use my own product.
true.
My husband would be like,
True.
"You're the only one that buys these books." I know they're effing hilarious. No, everyone else doesn't think so. Well,
Yeah,
someone's
well, everyone else is wrong.
yeah. Who says market, reflects demand? Damn you! I'm not a Keynesian.
Explanation.
And that's you.
And all I'm saying is,
Right,
look,
yeah.
all somebody got to do is just tell me what I'm facing. I'll tell you guys whatever you want to know.
There
I
it
said that 3-4
There it is.
times.
There it is.
And it's like, yo,
So, Darrell, what were you thinking when you went driving through this parade?
what am I facing? That's all I want to know. I don't have no problem talking with you guys.
You got people injured that had to go to the hospital.
So they're saying I injured somebody, or you're saying I
You
injured
did.
somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at what, reckless endangerment?
At the very
Now
least,
he
yeah.
becomes a legal
At the very
scholar.
least.
People got hurt. That's reckless endangerment. I don't know exactly what they're going to classify it. Yeah, people have legs broken.
Endangerment's where you may have hurt somebody by your actions. You did hurt somebody by your actions.
So what am I
Yes.
being charged with? That's
Technically
what I'm trying
admitting
I don't
that
know
he
exactly
did it.
yet.
Still working that out. That's
I don't
Yeah,
know all
like,
of the
look.
details. You're not going to get that out of me. I'm sorry. I'm explaining to you. You're driving down there. You're looking at people got hurt. People got some broken legs.
And y'all saying that's me.
I know that's you.
How you know that's you?
Because I can recognize you. I can tell it's you. And that's your mom's
Daryl's
car.
like,
You had the key for.
I can't believe you're trying to profile me with your eyes. You see a picture and you don't even look at the pic. You look at the picture and you look at me. That is some racism. Like, no, Daryl, it's you idiot.
Yeah. It's like
Daryl's
it's wearing the same clothes as you. It just happens to be driving the car that your mother owns. And we know where your mother was. She was at the bingo game or something like that. I don't even know. But it's like, yeah, like, oh, and they have Green Bay Packer flippers on.
But he's like, I can't believe that you would be so prejudicial and you would just jump to conclusions like that, Kurt. I thought we were friends.
Yeah. It's like we were bros, right?
He's like, yeah, we talked about Jesus and stuff, and I lied a lot, so maybe don't stand too close to me if we're going anywhere outside and lightning might strike. But I mean, I
Yeah.
thought we were friends.
Yeah, exactly. So lame.
E4. I can
Yeah.
ID you, Darrell. I'm just asking you to be honest about it.
Be honest about what I'm facing.
Okay.
What do you think you're facing?
I don't.
What
All I
should you
said
be
is
facing? What do you?
See, this is where Mo would have had enough. And I just said, okay, fine. We're just going to take you to jail. You don't want to talk. I'm expecting it. You know, you're going to have a bunch of charges. But since I don't know what they're going to be, this is not productive. We'll just send you on to prison.
Yeah.
Like, I don't negotiate with you, Darrell.
Yeah. And I do enjoy the fact that he continues to call him Darrell.
No, I do. And then Marcus, one time he was trying to get him to really, come to Jesus, but he forgot his name.
Yeah.
He's like, for the love of God, Marcus. And I was like, that's the dude that didn't exist, Kurt.
Yeah. But Kurt's been sleeping on the couch, so like I mean I can
Yeah.
have a little slack for him.
And Kurt's had to deal with Darrell for 3 hours. I mean, I can understand.
True.
What do you think hypothetically? I mean, you've been through this gamut before.
right, and y'all knew I was getting charged with this from day one. So why y'all couldn't just charge me and take me to county jail where y'all was gonna take me?
Because
Because you wanted me to tell on myself. That's basically what y'all wanted me to do.
You told us that there was reasons for everything.
No, I'm saying, but, and I'm not trying to, cause y'all still, I'm not tripping with y'all, cause y'all being straight up. So I'm not, but I'm saying, come on, dude, if y'all knew this already, why y'all just didn't take me to, why y'all just didn't do what y'all had to do?
Here's where you're at right now.
And it's like, you take me through the runaround to get me to do something that y'all already.
Can I speak? Here's where you're at. Okay. I'll tell you straight. Here's where you're at. One of two people did this. And I mean that from a human perspective. There's
Detective, I don't know that this highbrow concept is going to go over. Darrell's going to be like, no, there's only one of me. I don't know another Darrell.
Well, technically is that true because he's the agent who is representing Darrell.
You got me there. He has figured this out.
the God-fearing Christian who loves his kids and his mom that you say you are, and I want to believe you are. And in many ways, you've presented yourself as.
No. You presented yourself as an insufferable prick, sir. But nice lying to him.
Yeah, trying to make him feel a little better, I suppose.
He's like, you did a really good job throwing us off the scent, Darrell. You got us, almost.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Oh.
Who went out, got in a fight with his girl, argument, whatever you want to call it, and went and just done screwed up. Or there's the malicious guy who's lied to me about his love for God, who's lied to me about his love for his mother, who's lied to me about his love for his children.
Don't spin it, man.
It's one of those two people, man.
I'm just saying, don't spin it. Don't spin it, man, because I'm not.
Which one are you?
You're not going to spin it, dude.
Which guy are you?
I'm the guy.
Detective Kurt on the DJ table just, asshole.
It would be like, oh god, I can't do the whole record voice thing. It's like asshole.
Yeah. Kurt's like, no, I'm playing what you're dropping, and this is the hit I picked out. Don't hate the player, man. Hate the game.
Yeah.
Oh, my ADHD brain is a brilliant person, but she's weird.
The God-fearing guy that you've been talking to since last night, man.
Tell me the truth about.
And you know that. And you know that.
Then tell
You
me
know
the
that.
truth about driving down that
Tell me
road.
what I'm facing.
I've just told you some of what you're facing.
Some. Reckless endangerment. That's almost like saying I killed somebody.
No, you want me to give you the entire case
You
without
don't
giving me
have to.
anything, and I'm
No, I'm
not
not.
gonna do that.
That's not what I'm
not gonna
asking.
do that.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Perspective.
No, I'm
Remember when
not.
I talked to you about perspective?
I'm not.
Remember when I talked to you about
See.
perspective? Truth somewhere in the middle, all that?
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I see what
You
you're
saying
asking.
you got me doing all this and that, but y'all sit up here and come in here. Well, I'm not blaming it on you guys. I'm not. But y'all sit up here and
I
here
mean, he
and
kind of
always do
is.
this every single time.
Men, this is like when your wife says, "Look, there's nothing wrong with what you picked out for me. It's just not my taste." Let me just tell you that there are about 170,000 things wrong with that, and she would enumerate those in lists, but we're trying to be nice and we're on probation maybe. I don't know. I mean, some people try these things. But it is that conversation, like, look, he's like, I have just called you lying a-holes who lie, but it's not like I'm trying to be rude or nothing.
Yeah. It's yeah. Oh. It's so confusing. Like, because he's backpedaling, like he's trying to backpedal, but like he doesn't know where he's going. Like, I don't. It's. I guess in my what I'm thinking in my brain is like he's he's trying to continue to be like their buddy, I guess. But like because he keeps saying like he's like yeah he's like he's like since last night and all this, and it's just like his brain is not like keeping
Yeah.
up with what's actually going on in the room, but he's trying to like play both sides of it at the same time. It's I don't know, it's very strange to listen to.
Fail. I got stopped when you said he was, his knees were or his palms. I just started breaking out into 8 Mile, like, is for the love. I've got to go shut my door.
Oh,
This is the normal loudness of things in my house. Welcome to my glamorous life.
yeah, it's I don't know, this man is just insufferable, I guess, is the best way to explain it. I don't know, my brain was going somewhere and I just kind of lost it, didn't explain it very well, but he's insufferable, so we got that. But watching him like squirm here is
Yeah.
it's been kind of
His
worth
knees
like
are
the
weak.
3
His
hours.
palms are sweaty. He tried to run over mom's spaghetti. Something or other.
Because you only got one shot, one opportunity.
Oh, what a dick. God, I hate him so much. Like, let's be real. He's just a gross human being.
Not wrong, that is fact.
I love that I have
Even
to
when you try to be
do the, like, would you guys be quiet? And they're like, Mom, why are you always yelling? And I just
Like-
look around and I'm like, what the hell is. Okay, all right.
It's like, am I the only one that lives here?
I'm the only one with a functioning, I think, like, perception, full on sensory perception that lives here because my kids are so loud. I swear. I don't think they can hear, but their doctors assure me that their hearing is fine. So I'm like, oh, so it's the listening part they don't get.
It's that whole selective thing. Yeah, they're starting young apparently.
Oh, yeah. Believe me.
try to be, look,
Show me that guy
you try to be straight up with them. You try to tell them the truth. You try to do all this and that, and they still railroad
You're
you
not trying to
every
tell me the truth.
single time.
Darrell, you ran over people with cameras just everywhere. No one is railroading. They didn't pick you up off the side of the street like, tuck those Ford keys into your pants and then you ran up and were like, I don't even know, but maybe I got a new car.
Yeah, it's he's at this juncture in the interview, he becomes extraordinarily frustrating to listen to.
Yes.
Like, I mean, he's been frustrating to listen to this whole time, but at this point, he becomes like just very, very difficult because he's like, "Oh, y'all railroading me and all this," and it's like, bro, it's like,
Yeah, it's like
come on,
you are
man.
not Rosa Parks. They didn't like tell you to get in the back of the Ford Escape as you were running over people. No, you were in the front seat. You were
Yeah,
driving. Stop it.
yeah,
Oh,
you were behind the wheel, foot on pedal, flip flop, Green Bay Packer flip flop on the pedal. I mean, it's like, oh, yeah,
he's like, how do you know it wasn't stolen identity? What if
yeah,
someone stole my face like Face Off? You didn't even check where Nicolas Cage was right now.
yeah. Like, have you seen John Travolta lately?
He's like, yeah, I said I was going to confess if you had evidence, but do you have video and you have still photos, but do you have audio? I think not. I
Yeah,
rest my case.
yeah. He's like, how do you know that's me? It's like, well, he looks like you. He's driving your mama's car. He's wearing the exact same thing that you happen to be wearing right now.
And he, that is all circumstantial. I cannot believe you brought me such a weak case.
Yeah. Like, where is the state of Wisconsin?
God, what an idiot. I hate him so much. I'm so glad he's in
Uh,
prison. Although I do wish we had, an ISO cube and shock shackles that we could control through a live chat.
yeah. Yeah.
Look,
That
if
would be so much
2024
more
is my
fun.
year, 2028 is going to be my year. I'm just telling you guys, I'm going for president and we will get this done.
There is hope.
Time.
You're not trying to tell me the truth.
Not
anymore.
It's not even, no, it don't got nothing to do with that, because I just told you, I don't have a problem with telling you everything you want to know. I just wanted to have an idea. I just wanted to have an idea. That's all I said last night.
You know what I want to know.
And that's all I said today.
You know what happens.
Okay, what am I being charged with? What are y'all going to charge me? What are y'all going to recommend? What are y'all going to do? Because at the end of the day, I'm still.
Legal point, the police officers do not charge you with stuff. It's the DA. And the DA will with all the crimes. I mean, the officers will obviously code things, but then they are going to look at the totality of the situation to decide whether, it's a felony, a misdemeanor level, all of that stuff. The cops, again, this is why Darrell should have had a lawyer if he was sure that the cops were trying to railroad him.
Yeah.
This occurred to him at some point. Logic tree or, crayon picture should have gotten there at some point.
Yeah. And he's familiar enough with the process that he should be familiar with all of these things.
We've explained the mystery. Who's you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still.
I do like
This is
the
why
cops
I
are
feel
getting
like
shitty with them.
I already have a lot of open cases. I'm already looking at prison time from the shit in Milwaukee that I've been going through for almost 2 years now. That was almost done. Then I got this situation with Erica in Milwaukee that's going to end up being dismissed.
This will probably go before a judge, right? What do you want him to think?
I mean, it's nothing I can have them think, because y'all already basically said, okay, this is what happened. We just want you to tell us that this is what happened, so we can just charge you with this, which we're going to charge you with.
Are you the good guy that screwed up, or the evil guy that doesn't care?
Oh, I definitely care. I definitely care. Why would you try to scare like that? Just because I don't want to tell you something, now I don't care. Now I'm the malicious guy. Now I'm this, now I'm that. Just because I don't want to talk.
What other option? You know the truth. We've been talking for a couple.
Y'all apparently know the truth too. Apparently,
when we came in,
okay.
It was to get.
Phil, what parts of my critical thinking would I have to take out or cut out? Asking for a friend to have this level of righteous indignation that the cops were lying to me about the fact that I already know I ran through a parade.
Um,
How does
um,
one righteous act that self-righteous? Like he has his moral high horse, his little mini pony
I was
of
gonna.
moralness, and he is marching in there like he is Prince Aladdin, the fake prince. He's like, "Here I am, Darrell in chief. I am innocent. You're all railroading me, and this sucks. How did you know?" Just like he is marching his moral high horse like he is, got the genie behind him, Princess Jasmine in front of him, and Jafar just being pissed off in the sidelines. How does
Yeah,
he do that?
it's I. Yeah, I have such a difficult time like understanding like how people think like this. Like I just I don't I my brain cannot wrap around
No, I can't even because it's the
this.
same thing Sarah did when her interview. Like, so you guys are
Mhm.
just assuming that I went upstairs and left him in the suitcase? And they're like, that's what happened. There's some assumptions again. See, what did I tell you? Assumptions. They're like,
Yeah.
no, it's
It's
it's evidence. So you think that I mean, I obviously sound drunk, but I can't drink, but I'll never drink again. But I swear, um, that again, you guys are just assuming things. So it was, yeah. I mean, again, where, how?
yeah.
I
Eh,
understand trigonometry more than I understand this mental capacity, and I failed trigonometry.
okay, that's pushing it a little far for me because I don't understand trigonometry.
Well, I'm saying I was already bad at that, and I suck even harder at understanding this mental defect.
It's yeah. He's just I don't know. The leaps that he can make are like
He really is
Superman
a
level.
superpower. We wanted mutants, and Darrell Brooks' his power is leaping to avoid responsibility and accountability at the speed of light.
But I get the part that's really difficult to understand. And so making some assumptions here, not really assumptions because it's fact. But so he's been in the system before. He has gone through this
Yes.
process a number of times in the past. And he's asking them for what his charges are, even though he knows that they A don't know that yet, because B, they're not the ones who make it, like you said earlier. Like he knows this already. And he's still having this stupid argument with them over like I'm not only gonna be straight with you, tell me what I'll be charged with. And it's like
Yeah, and if you were
you
afraid that the officers were railroading you, why wouldn't you ask for a lawyer at this junction? You can always, reinstate, your right to remain silent, though I don't think he has the ability. But you can always, say, I want to discontinue talking and I would like a lawyer now. I mean, they can still use all the Erica stuff against him,
yeah.
but if he had any strategery, he'd be like, "Oh, they found out about the parade." Like he like he thought that people were going to ignore the parade.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
"Oh, cool.
uh,
They haven't asked me about that. I guess I got away with it."
yeah, like he really was like leaning into the Shaggy defense. Like it wasn't me. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else he could have been
Yeah.
relying on, but that seems like a heavy factor.
Well,
Hmm.
I think he was a multi-prong. If he couldn't make it Erica's fault, he was going to blame Jesus,
Yes. Yes.
and that worked so well for him. I mean, it really restored my faith in humanity.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
get
you
your
knew this
perspective and your
last
side.
night. Come on, Kirk, you knew this last night, man.
Okay, that's my favorite line. We're gonna go back because this might be the most favorite of unearned indignation tonally that I have ever heard. Like, come on, Kurt, I thought we were friends. I don't know why that has always been the bit of this that makes me giggle like a schoolgirl. But it does. Just the delivery and everything is so on point for this being a genuine emotion that he had. Like, I thought you were on my side, Kurt, and then you had to bring up me going through a parade. I thought we had, stipulated that this was all Erica's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. His because like even the way like his voice breaks and everything, like it's just so funny like to listen to him. Like I mean obviously it's not funny, but it's funny to like hear like how just detached from reality he seems to be. It's just yeah,
It is
he's a
just,
special
I
boy.
will have to say, it is the funniest line of the whole thing. To me, just because of how tonally on point it is for such a disingenuous emotion. And things like that tickle the hell out of me for, I don't know, I'm a weirdo. Never claimed to
Yeah.
be normal, but the juxtaposition is, it tickles my absurdity bone, and I love it.
It was to
And
get
you
your
knew this
perspective and your
last
side.
night. Come on, Kirk, you knew this last night, man.
This was,
You
I told
knew
you.
this
may have
last
said that to
night.
Mr. Mo sometime.
And you could have been like, yo.
I am not gonna lie. I may have told, like, Mr. Mo will be talking about something, and obviously I'm somewhat paying attention. But then, um, okay, normally I'm always fully focused on pay attention, like 93%. But that 7% is on bat and in the, oh gosh, was it on deck? They're on deck. I remember something from sports ball. They're on deck and waiting for a time that I can pull in a, come on, Kurt, I thought we were friends, or something like that. So 93% of my brain will be listening, and then I will hear a time where I can pull one of those out. Mr. Mo may have banned me from saying, come on, Kurt, I thought we were friends.
uh, I the ability to be a fly on the wall in your guys' interactions would be hilarious. Just
I will
saying.
full TLC that we are, just hill check enough. I mean, we're that perfect blend or in the middle between, the Duggars and Honey Boo Boo that we would be golden for our own sitcom.
uh, that's funny.
That would get canceled in the first week.
Yeah, the risks.
TLC does not agree with what our talent says sometimes. And look, we made a bad choice with Mo. We really did. We should have watched some of her videos beforehand.
Yeah, right.
Also, we didn't know that she sends her husband pictures of Nancy Pelosi in a swimsuit randomly.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm that kind of wife. I'm like, well, but she's got a 20-year-old chest. I mean, we don't know where it came from, but those are some young boobs. I figured it was helping you out. He's like, no.
Oh my god.
No, Mr. Mo has also made me stop doing that all the time. I'm allowed to do it on like whenever I feel like it, but he has asked me to stop.
That's funny. Like legitimately.
Reason Mr. Mo needs therapy. Number 12,003.
Oh.
Yo, some people got hurt. We want to know what happened, man.
I didn't know enough details last night. There were people out there all night, processing a scene, the entire night, until about, I don't know, noon today.
Come on, man. Y'all knew,
Till about noon today.
y'all knew all this, man.
I didn't know everything. I'm telling you, you can believe me if you want, but I got no reason to lie to you. It was complete
I'm not
chaos.
saying, listen, I'm not saying you're lying.
It was complete chaos.
I'm not saying you're lying.
So that's what took so long.
I'm not.
But you
But
know
also-
how it got to be that way.
But
So tell
also,
us how it got to be
I
that
can't
way.
even get a word in.
Because we're going round and around and
Okay,
around,
well,
Darrell.
We're just going to keep going around and around.
And you're acting like you don't
I mean,
almost
it's
acting like you don't know what these are, and you do.
no, you making it seem like I don't care. Like I'm just this heartless type of person, dude.
You are.
Well, it
I
feels
think
Ding, 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 ding. No, we're not acting. We're seeing you actively don't care. We are able, now, I know this is going to be shocking to you, Darrell, but some of us can take, the totality of how you're acting now and your inability to answer if it was you, and just sum that up into an equation that you give no shits.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, but we take what we call context clues and we put them together and it all equals, yeah, you are in full F deficit for anyone that isn't you.
Yeah. It it's just listening to this argument is like it makes me want to scream.
The fact that neither of them went over to try to faith heal him, I'm just so proud of them because I would have been like, I'm gonna touch you on a pressure point.
I'm
I may
gonna
have gotten in so much trouble when I said that I wanted to be a faith healer when I grew up because I always wanted to knock people out and have people clap for me.
I want to excise the demons out of them.
I was like, it'd just be fun to assault people and have people take you to jail for it.
And have people voluntarily come to you to do so.
I know. And I just, because Benny Hinn had to be the funniest thing that you would watch at the end of the night where he just goes up and I guess smacks the Jesus into people. And I was like, I'd love to smack people and help them apparently.
Yes. As somebody who grew up in a Pentecostal church, I understand exactly what you're talking about.
And then it was, yeah, they're like, well, I don't think that's exactly what they're doing, little Mo. And I was like, wait a minute, so they're not hitting people for fun? They're like, no, they're healing them. And I was like, oh, well, no, I just really want to hit people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I think I asked the pastor one time, I was like, so how is hitting someone in the forehead curing them?
Yeah.
And he was like, it's all by faith. And I was like, I have some ideas, but I don't know that they're going to work in church. Can I possibly use that as an alibi?
Yeah. No, see, the thing is they were just really, really big fans of Bon Jovi. Because lay your hands on me. If you're ready, I'm willing and able.
Okay, Princess, I'm glad. I'm just saying those boobs look a lot younger than she is. So I'm just saying whoever did not her face sucks, but I mean her boobs, she got a nice person to do it. I say, way to go, plastic surgeon that could stomach seeing Nancy Pelosi topless. You, sir, went where men boldly don't go.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, that's fine, but look at my position. I've been in here for 24 hours. I haven't even gotten a shower, good sleep. My shoulder's fucked up. I haven't even got a phone call to even notify anybody, talk to my family whatsoever, not one time.
I'm disappointed, Darrell.
I'm disappointed too because you lied to me, Kurt.
Because
you lied to me.
Talked about what you want him to do with one of your kids.
And did not just say I don't have any problem telling you what happened. The only thing I'm saying is I feel like you were trying to railroad me by how you went about it. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm not saying.
Okay, we discussed that for about an hour. So tell me what happened when you drove off. We're not going to make any more progress on that. I get you're pissed about that, and I'm not going to fault you for it. I'm not going to tell you not to be mad. I'm not going to tell you not to feel like, man, that was bullshit. But Carp, why'd you do that? If that's the way you feel, Gotcha. It's okay. I'm not going to tell you you can't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how you should or should not feel about how I went about presenting things last night. Okay? But what I've confronted you with and told you today is your mom's car's out here. I've now shown it to you. You know, you want me to, you know, tell you all these things.
No.
Hold on. But what I told you from the start, and I did tell you this, is that part of it's a give and take. There's things I'll tell you, but I can't just tell you everything. We've shown you pictures, all right? We talked about if the roles were reversed, what you'd want my partner, Ben,
Yes.
to do.
Yeah, you did say that.
We talked about that. What would you want it to do if it was your kid with the broken leg?
His shoulder
Look.
hurts again.
So a
I
kid
want
got
to
hurt?
believe a lot of people did.
A lot of people got hurt.
Yeah.
Are
You drove
serious?
a
Yeah.
car through a
No,
parade.
I'm saying a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah, there's people hurt, man.
Like that.
Broken legs and stuff like I told you. Concussions hit their head.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that happen to nobody, dude.
I don't believe you would either.
Yeah, but
You had a front seat to see that happen.
You were
Kurt,
like
you
maybe
can- Stop.
the cause, even.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
chiplets.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
And I'm not saying it's on purpose.
you just thought, yo, this dude is heartless.
So tell us otherwise.
You know
I
what I'm
didn't say that.
saying?
I'm
It's
asking
like,
you,
fuck,
what
man.
do you want it to be perceived as?
Tell us how it is then. We're wrong, and it's not heartless. Tell us what it was.
I'm here to listen if it's something different. I'm sitting here. I haven't walked
Come
out.
on, heart. Come on, y'all know. Listen, man. Y'all know. If I did not talk to that woman, I would have never,
Oh,
ever.
well, we're going to have to stop there because I don't want to be responsible for the things that are going to come out of my mouth after he says these things. And I need a week and not to maybe have had some emotional support adult beverage before he says these things that are going to come out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Before, because this is, so we are nearly done with this. But yeah, I'm afraid that if I hear him finish this sentence now, I'll say all the things.
Yeah. It's like we can only
And-
do this in small pieces for a reason.
Yeah, there are things that we will never get with evil. Evil doesn't have to have a reason, doesn't have to have a forethought, doesn't even have to have any sort of background logic. And that's what makes it so unbelievably terrifying, because he doesn't have a real reason beyond Erica made him mad and he just wanted to take it out on someone else.
Yeah.
And none of us could figure out how you would even go to make an equation that makes that equal out.
Yeah.
And in his head, it made perfect sense to just hurt other people since he couldn't hurt Erica.
Yeah. Actually, a really good summary of it, actually.
And there is only so much I can take before I'm like, ooh, this better be a Rumble only channel. And I do have to, figure out what I'm going to feed the, wild ferals. So thank you all for joining us. If you like Legal Shenanigan Theater, we started out with Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone's trial is starting, and, Not Without My Suitcase, I think, was an inspired title. So if you want to look that up. I love that I crack me up with my own titles. But I will see you guys Monday, and I will probably have a video that comes out tomorrow or a stream where we talk about Sarah Boone, what the judge said. Obviously, most of you know that the judge denied suppressing the interrogation, but I have been to an apple orchard and dealing with, apple stuff. So I wasn't there on Friday, so I'll probably go over it tomorrow. But have a wonderful day. I am not sending you to anyone particular. You are free to choose your own destinies.
Choose your
Merry
own adventure.
Christmas. Yes, choose your own YouTube adventure. That could go really wrong.